KDB.
Beats Planet.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to pieces. Just a little preemptive show setting up, you know what I mean? Let me just say the phone line is always open, Will, still, you know what I'm saying? But what I learned yesterday was people don't know that the phone's open till we say phones are open. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in my mind, as soon as the show starts, the phone is open. But right at 4 o'clock, them shits close, right? As soon as we close the phones,
everybody.
I saw a couple of people in the chat go, "Oh, I ain't know the phones open." So I just want to preemptively tell everybody. I don't know why I clapped right there. Preemptively tell everybody, hey, the phone lines are open. You can call in, tap in with us. You can have whatever you like, all right? I want to set up this show today, Will Steele. We got a fantastic show, by the way. I'm your host, Voch Lombardi. Being point guard.
I had to do it for you because you don't.
Oh well, I mean it's here.
Okay.
I'm just so busy with the draft shit.
You
know, man, when the news is slow, like we got time to let me make some intros. But when you gotta get through 200 draft prospects by next Thursday, you run low. I'm being point guard by the best in the business. Will Steele.
That's enough damn salt there, Willie.
No more big Willie. My game is grown before you call me. I think I'm pulling out the salt today, man.
What that mean?
Talking tight ends.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. And you're gonna ride for Jake, no matter who I say. Hey, you know Darnell what? Yeah, Jake Ferguson catch better than him. Yeah, we talking about Tucker Kraft.
What?
Yeah, you know Jake Ferguson can probably dunk on him. Yeah, we looking at Davis Allen today.
What?
Yeah, Jake Ferguson can tie more knots than him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna talk about that a little bit. But let me just set this show up a little bit, right? And this is an all 32 production, so we're talking about tight ends for everybody. But I'm Cowboy Voch, so we're gonna make this cowboy centric somehow. But this is for all parties involved that are looking for a brand new tight end on their team. Let me also get my eyes set up. Let me calibrate my eyes for y'all. This is a chat. This is another chat. That's Will Steele right there. I'm looking at phones right there. Okay. So, y'all know I hate watching tight ends. I can't stand them because, unless they're a special tight end, like tight ends really don't do nothing special, So unless I'm watching Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, TJ Hockenson, guys like that, Will Steele, I really don't watch them because, like, man, you either good at something or bad at the other, vice versa. And if you're good at both, you're really not great at neither. You know what I mean? So just in real life, tight end is just a boring watch for me, right? Let me put a little bit of this on. We ain't doing that. A tight end is just a boring watch for me, Will Steele. However, I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, and they say, hey, we gonna draft tight end somewhere. 26, Will Steele don't like it. Somewhere.
What?
58. I hate that also, but whatever, right? But I know in the first 5 rounds, my team drafting tight end, so that's forced me to draft tight end. But I just want to stop and apologize. This tight end class kind of lit, man.
Stop the cap.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
When I say lit, I mean lit for what tight end normally is. Let me just say
it's a deep class.
It's better than what the past 3 shits have been. All right, I'll just say that. And I watch a lot of tight ends in passing, right? So I know of a lot of tight ends, you know. I'll see of a few tight ends. I know my general talking points. I know a Senior Bowl guy. Koontz had a crazy little combine athletically. So I know of my tight ends, right? And of course, I probably watch film on the top 3 or so guys, but I really got into a deep dive on tight ends. So my team, any other team, you know, there's some good tight end play to be had. Just like with running backs, Will Steele is right there. Just like with running backs, you know, you can find a guy that can play in the 5th round. I think tight end works just like that. And something that may happen is we may get the good old, I'm not drafting Sam LaPorta because I can get Davis Allen later, right? And many of these tight ends go into some, you know, similar archetypes. They got similar traits involved, right? To where if you don't get a guy like this, you can get that same kind of guy later on. So we're going to talk about that. I got 9 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6.
9 M's in my mind.
I got 9 guys, Will Steele. We're going to talk about 9 of them today. Let's do this. Top to bottom. Let me just check these comments real fast. Steve Sanchez says, Voch, rumor has that Atlanta is looking to trade Kyle Pitts.
Stop the
What
cap.
rumor?
False. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time.
I would love to play this whole clip right now, but nah.
It's fiction.
Nah, man, they not trading Kyle Pitts, man. Too soon. If anything, they need to be going to get a quarterback or something to throw the ball to Kyle Pitts. Nah. So we're just gonna start this thing top to bottom. I'm gonna try my best to not make this Cowboy centric, but if it ends up being Cowboy related, hey, you know, shit, it's my show. Go watch somebody else. I don't mean that because we need the volume. All right, budget. Please keep watching. All right, so the first one, Dalton Kincaid, right, tight end from Utah. His back was hurting a little bit, so we didn't get that you know, combine set on him, right? But it is what it is. How tight end is typically going to work, right? Is you're either a receiver that don't block that good, you're a blocker that don't receive that good, or you're a balanced guy. It's kind of like Mario Kart, Will Steele. You got the heavy cars that don't go fast, the fast cars that ain't heavy, and then you got the Mario, the ones that's just kind of balanced or whatever, right? Tight end work just like that. Dalton Kincaid is a super receiver. He might as well be a receiver. You know what I mean? As far and this is all types of receiving. This covers all the bases of receiver. And this is important because we're going to talk about another guy later who's a receiver but doesn't do all great receiving things. Just hang tight with me. Dalton Kincaid, top to bottom, route running, hands, finding zone coverage, beating guys in man coverage, setting guys up in man coverage, differentiating how to beat linebackers versus cornerbacks in man coverage. Dalton Kincaid got that yak ability, but he's more of a quick yak because Will Steele, I got to separate this, right? It's a couple yak guys on this list, which I like that a lot. Out of these 9 guys, there's about 6 yak guys on this list, but all these yak guys win yak differently. Some guys run people over yak. Some guys just hard to get tackled yak. Some people like Darnell Washington, big, and people don't feel like tackling them yak. You know what I mean? Guys like that. Dalton Kincaid is a run faster than you yak guy. Okay, so we must differentiate that. He's a guy that can come in and be one of your better pass catches day one. Like, that's how Dalton Kincaid is built. Funny thing about it, Will Steele, when we talk about tight ends and we talk about how tight ends don't come into the league year one and they're good, I wonder, is that because, let's just say we look at the Hockenson example, right? Or the Kittle example. Like, those dudes were really blockers that developed receiving ability for real. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, does that apply for these tight ends that are really receivers that got to develop blocking on the back end? That makes sense?
Yeah.
So Kincaid is a guy that can receive right now. And he's he's a super nuanced receiver guy. So his blocking may not be ready day one. But what tight ends blocking really is, right? His blocking may not be ready day one. I don't even think he's a good blocker at all. He's bad at it. He's more of a slot. He's a big slot receiver than a tight end for real. He's just big as hell. So they put him at tight end. He may have to develop blocking, but his route running and his getting open and all that, like Kincaid's ready right now. So if his back is good, in which they say that his back is good, Kincaid might be a day one guy for you, like a day one starter for you. If you can get over the idea that he's not gonna block a soul, I take that back. He'll block a soul. He just ain't gonna be good at it. If you can get over that idea, hey, Dalton Kincaid, hey, good to go, good guy for you. Have you watched film on any tight ends, Will, still, so I can know where to stop at? Because
many of them. Yeah, we've tight end has been a pretty big deal. We did a tight end show last week with Foots too. So
shouts out to Foots the King. I'm pretty much on par with your breakdown of Dalton Kincaid. We ain't got very much to going back and forth about.
Nah, don't ask him to block.
Yeah, don't ask him to block. I tell you what, motherfucker better not go to I would say San Diego. Better not go to the Chargers because Kellen Moore gonna be asking his tight ends to block D ends one-on-one. You don't want Dalton Kincaid blocking none of them kids one-on-one, let alone the D end. So there you are. Michael Mayer. Oh boy, all it takes is a couple mock drafts to look the same before people start going crazy in Cowboy Twitter land. Will still. I don't think Michael Mayer is going to be the pick at 27. It's Cowboy talk right now. I don't think Michael Mayer is going to be the pick at 27. Even though we've seen three mocks. I know, man. I know, but just pray for me, Wilson. Even though we've seen three mocks. Pray for me. Just be, baby, we just going to pray about it. We're going to ask the good Lord.
Pray about it.
We'll pray about it. Michael Mayer has been in three mocks. And it's all Cowboys, right at 26, right? And I like Michael Mayer, man. Michael Mayer is a good player. God damn, boy. But all right, cool. Here we go. Let's get into it. Michael Mayer, out of all the 40s, I think he ran the slowest. He ran the 4.7. That's no indictment to him, right? No, Michael Mayer is not this. He's not this super athlete. That's not what he is. I think he's like 6'5". He isn't the tallest out of all of them neither. But what he is, Will Steele, he is a secure hands guy. He is a catch the ball through contact guy. He is a route runner. You remember? So look, people have been saying Jason Witten, right? People have been comparing him to Jason Witten in these chat boxes, in these Twitter streets. You know, the one thing that he does just like Jason Witten career, his entire career, he wasn't faster than nobody. In year 20 of Jason Witten, he was even slower than everybody, but he still found a way to get open because of his route running and his suddenness, right? Him just knowing when to break off of a guy, flash his hands, and make the catch. That's what I think Michael Mayer is really good at. Something I find funny, and I ain't think about it for real. Michael Mayer makes a lot of, contested catches, right? He makes a lot of catches with dudes on his back and dudes on his hip. Well, because he's not separation guy. Like, he's not get you off me with my speed guy, but he makes the catch, Will, still. And that's really all that's all that matters. If you can get open with your route running, and if you can catch the ball with a dude on your hip, then fine. If that's how you win, that's how you win. Now, me personally, because we have to get over our biases a little bit, Will, still. When I'm looking at tight ends, yes, I would like for you to block, but that's almost like I'm benching Tony to start Zeke because Zeke blocked better. You know what I mean? Like, how do you work for me in the grand scheme of my offense? Because look, as a tight end, if I want you to block, I'll go get my blocking tight end to come in and block. I think offense now is about your wide receiver as a pass catching option. Blocking is cool, but I think it's more about you as a pass catching option. Sean McEwen come in and block this guy at 12 personnel. Fine, cool. But I want my tight ends to be more receiving guys that can block nowadays. That's really what I want.
Okay? Because that's what you want.
That's what I want. I ain't talking about Dallas. I ain't talking about
or just not just Dallas, other teams as well. Because
teams, yes.
If that's what you want, then yeah, you can get a ton of just go catch. You can get a bunch of Peyton Henderson shots.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of them. Yep. But what makes a guy like Mayer and Witten, and I'm saying Witten because that's the comp, right? And the Kittle, right? What makes those guys rare coming in is that they can block. You don't have to take them off the field. You can disguise what you're going to do. So I think it is advantageous to be able to block. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. However, I just, because look, right? Darren Waller was a wide receiver coming out of Georgia Tech. He was just a 6'6" wide receiver coming out of Georgia Tech. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean? That's they just made him that kind of option as a tight. He was big as hell. They just made him that kind of option as a tight end or whatever, right? I ain't saying all guys gonna fall into that same archetype, right? Because at the end of the day, I can hide dudes, right? Like if you got Kincaid, what you gonna do? Like you just gonna change his position to wide receiver or something, whatever. But Michael Mayer, there is something to the idea that I need you to block because the Cowboys love to do that play action, bootleg, tight end, run free. A part of that works free because it looks like my tight end is blocking you. Kincaid can't get them routes off because we know you're not like you trying to block me. This false. It's
false. No way.
Dalton Kincaid, you're not trying to block me right now. So I can see through that, right? Michael Mayer, if he blocks you and you don't take him serious, he's gonna put you in the ground. He's gonna bury you. And he's a thicker dude, which is interesting too, Will Steele. Michael Mayer, metrics wise, matches up like the rest of these dudes, like his weight and size. He's a little shorter than them, but weight wise or whatever, but he looks much thicker on film.
He looks way bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah. Much thick. Him and Tucker Kraft, we're gonna talk about them. But those are the two thick looking dudes that you that you notice on film or whatever, right? So when I see Michael Mayer, I foresee a world to where he can exist on my team and be great here. I think Dak will love a dude like that. A route runner, be where you're supposed to be, catch the ball when it get there. We talk about catch radius, right? Some people just put catch radius on I'm tall and my arms are long. Catch radius also has to do, can you catch the ball anywhere? Because you can be long-armed, but if you can't catch it up here because your hands ain't that great, then whatever. Michael Mayer's arms may not be as long as someone else's, or he may not be as tall as someone else or as vertical, but he catches the ball anyway. If it's an inch off the ground, he'll catch it. If it's an inch too high for him, he'll catch it. If it's an inch too far in front of him, like 2 inches too far in front of him, he'll catch it. Behind him, he'll catch it. He's secure hands guy. And I do love something about that also. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, Michael Mayer with your 4.740, I'm not saying you're a bad player. I like you. It's just that what are you looking for in your offense? If you're looking for a balanced guy, Michael Mayer is your balanced guy.
Oh, yeah. He's number one. He gives you the highest floor, I think, from a balance standpoint.
Super floor guy. And look, this is where I get phony. If you floor guy, you love Michael Mayer because he's gonna be ready for you. He's ready for you right now. Mm-hmm. Fresh out the box. He's ready. Have you seen the 13 plays that Luke Musgrave put on film?
Yes. This ain't no balance guy right here. This is wide receiver, tight end type dude.
This is a receiver. However, I do think Luke Musgrave is a better blocker than Dalton Kincaid. I do think that. I think
I ain't trying to ask either one of them to do it, but
no. Especially if you fresh off Michael Mayer film or fresh off Darnell Washington film, you don't want to block. Right. Dudes, yeah. But Musgrave is another athlete. He's another one of these dudes to where he's the receiver guy. He's not really the inline guy. A much better guy. Well, still. I think Musgrave is a better inline blocking guy than Kincaid. Not that I'm gonna ask him to do it a whole bunch, right? I do think he's better. I also think Luke Musgrave is a better route runner than Dalton Kincaid. I do. Luke as a route runner, Luke does some shifty.
He's so. I think I said this to Foots. It's kind of a Gumby of a tight end. I usually use that. I usually save that for defensive ends because they're wiry and flexible. Musgrave is wide receiver. Like not. I know we say that about Kincaid, but he just moves and like a wide receiver. His agility is kind of like a wide receiver. It's very interesting.
You think we talk about Kincaid as a receiver because he don't block nobody? Or is he really or do we look at him like a receiver because he's a receiver? Because I look at Luke Musgrave, he moves like an ex-receiver.
He does.
He moves like
you make a great point. Do we talk about him because he don't block or he ain't that great at it? That might be fair because you got me thinking. I wasn't even thinking of it this way. He definitely moves different. I think than Kincaid, but I think Kincaid, I think we talk about receivers because he's stupid athletic, low key. He played basketball, so he knows how to box out, use his body, get up. He can snag it. He can catch radius, right? Like he ain't 6'7", but he can make himself feel like it because he plays like an X wide receiver, but I don't think he moved like Musgrave. That's interesting.
You know, man, because Musgrave got a big bag of tricks in terms of releases and setups. And I saw this motherfucker one time. And look, they just like he got hurt, but like besides that, they just wasn't throwing the ball to him, which is madness. But I saw that motherfucker do a double stutter, head fake, and snapped his body around. I go, damn, tight end. I say, you know what I'm saying? I say, shit. And then the very next play, he'll set something else up, and that's the thing about Musgrave, right? You can't watch YouTube highlights with him, right? Because because really that shit gonna be what, 2 minutes? You know what I mean? With his 15 catches all year.
Yeah, his production is very minimal.
But you got to see him come off the line of scrimmage, you know, and them not throwing the football to him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you really get into like his film for real, right? And I'm like, man, he just got a just a variety of how he's setting guys up, right? Like, you know, there are these couple of plays, you know, and depending on the defender is when he snaps his head around, like timing and shit like that, when he shows his numbers. Some of the things that, you know, Jackson and Jigba's good at, you know, things that I give him credit for, you know, showing your numbers, showing your hands, so your quarterback knows, okay, he's open. Musgrave know when to do that. So I'm looking at Musgrave, like Musgrave seems to be the more refined. Like if Musgrave had to play receiver, I could see him playing receiver, right? I think Dalton Kincaid is a receiving tight end. He just can't block. he just cannot block. But I do think Musgrave has better upside as a blocker than Kincaid. So honestly, just me going back to watch his film, I don't look at Kincaid as tight end 1. I don't look at Kincaid as tight end 1. In real life, I'm not going to you know, rank tight ends and nothing like that. I'm just gonna give y'all the information right now. But if I had to pick a favorite tight end,
like Musgrave,
give me a week. But as of now, I like Musgrave more than Kincaid. Now we still got a Washington argument, we still got the Mayer argument, but as of now, I think I like Musgrave more than Kincaid because what Kincaid does, just for whatever Kincaid does, I think Musgrave does that just a tick better. Plus, he blocks a little better for me. Just a little bit.
I think evaluators love the potential of Musgrave because there's not a lot of film. You know, there's not a lot of production. But the fact that many people have Musgrave ranked so high, with minimal production and a handful of plays, right? Yep. I think that says something because it's not just you, it's not just random fans. It seems like the consensus is Musgrave is top 3 for a lot of people in this draft. And I think it goes back to what you said. I think it goes back to preference. What does the team want to do with said tight end? Which is kind of why I'm like, I know, bringing it back to Cowboys. What is our plan? If the plan is to have this guy be a part of the cog and not be the featured aspect of it, I'm out at 26. What the hell am I getting a tight end at 26 for if he's just going to be my 4th option? Yeah. But if the plan is, hey, we kind of want a weapon that we can throw out there, he'll play, I don't know, 60% of the snaps, 50% of the snaps, and get into the red zone, then you got a ton of Musgrave or Koontz we talk about later on, or LaPortas of the world. There's a lot of these receivey type of guys. Or maybe somebody looks at Kincaid and say, well, we can actually feature a Kincaid. So it's all about what you want to do.
And on that same token, you can't believe in Darnell Washington's upside and not believe in Musgrave. You know what I mean? So like, I think a lot of these dudes are just going to be upside based. A lot of these dudes are going to be, what do you think they can be? You know, but Musgrave is definitely a ceiling guy. You know, if you want a tight end that's had more volume, that, you know, that's been catching like Michael Mayer's a bell cow tight end. You know what I mean? Schumacher is a bell cow tight end. You know what I mean? Just dudes that just been catching passes their whole life. But hey, some of these dudes ain't got but 20 catches on their game log. You know what I mean? So you gotta You gotta do your research and do your looking around. Speaking of Darnell Washington, 6'7", 264 pounds, Will Steele.
Yeah.
What your boy called him on your shoulder there? A tight tackle.
Yeah.
Tight tackle's crazy as hell.
Tight
Will.
tackle's great.
But Darnell Washington, he's another dude. Size, catch radius. You're gonna have to develop him as a receiver. And look, so watch this. Will Steele prior to this, doing this or whatever. I was like, yeah, man, Darnell Washington, man, catching the ball, wide receiver, do. But tight end is constantly evolving, man. Me watching Luke Musgrave made me go, hey, man, tight end is turning into wide receiver. And there's a lot of nuance that goes into tight ending now. You know what I mean? Like some of these tight ends got got similar techniques that these receivers have, right? Once upon a time, tight ends didn't have that. You know, Darnell Washington in the early 2000s would be an alien. Go ahead.
But what makes tight ends so hard is because they still block. They still deal with ends. They still deal with tackles. They still deal with linebackers on a consistent basis, and that's why I don't think it can be ignored.
Yeah. Can't ignore it. So Darnell Washington, who's very raw as a receiving threat, right? I think he's raw in general. He's raw at everything. Like he's getting by on natural ability. He doesn't have the fancy releases that we just talked about. You know, he's more of a guy that when you go, hey, go that way, and I'm going to throw it to you, and that'll work because he's physically better than people, right? Like you can't put Darnell Washington on a linebacker in coverage. It's not going to happen. You really can't put a cornerback on Darnell Washington in certain coverages, right? In certain routes, because he's just going to out physical a lot of those dudes, right? But damn, Will Steele, the funny part about it though is you can't account for a linebacker versus Darnell Washington in the run game neither, because he's going to run through a lot of them dudes blocking. Definitely not no damn corner. So just imagine if, you know, you're running a crack toss, right? Let's just say a crack toss to the left. Darnell Washington is in the slot to the left, and he's blocking some corner to the left. That corner is not going to be in the equation. Or you crack tossing to the left. You got your wide receivers blocking corners over there to the left. Darnell Washington can lead block from the wing or from fullback. Or Darnell Washington, you crack blocking to the left. You tossing to the left. Darnell Washington can be your damn backside tackle, cutting off traffic and waterfalling. Darnell can do every blocking assignment on the field. Every blocking assignment on the field. And we talked about this a couple of days ago, Will Steele. And some people don't think he's that good at blocking. I do. It's a cheat code. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, he may not be as refined, but
he ain't DeJuan Jones.
Right. He's clearly a good blocker with a ridiculous upside to be Marty B. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. And the one cheat code that an offense coordinator can ask for is that I think he can block some defensive ends sometimes by himself one-on-one. Sometimes. You know, I'm not going to ask him to do all blocks. But if we crack tossing to the left, that's my example because you can block many different ways from there. If we tossing to the left and you want to pull your tackle out and you just need Darnell to occupy that defensive end over there or that 3-tech over there, he can do that and not die horrible deaths. I love Darnell Washington. Best blocker in the class, if you ask me, but that's obvious, whatever. But as a receiving threat, I mean, shit, 6'7", man. 6'7", 264 pounds, man. Hell of a combine putting up. You know, you just got to teach him the. And honestly, too, Will Steele, do you even have to teach him the ins and outs of wide receiver? Because look, DK Metcalf was a guy. I ain't saying
he tight end.
Right. DK Metcalf was a guy that came out. He only knew a handful of routes. He didn't really have intricacies at route running, but he was fast and bigger than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. There was a statistic I saw the other day. Not a lot of tight ends are playing. Playing against man coverages often. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times you're running into zones. You got to know where to sit down. You got to know how to read that linebacker, how to read that safety, when to hook it. be on the same page with your quarterback. So I think with Darnell Washington is going to come patience. You have to have some patience with him as he develops as a route runner, as he develops as a tight end. But you can still, he's a different type of weapon. He's a weapon where you can use him exactly like you said in the run game. And once you hit that green zone, money zone, red zone, I don't give a damn about no. Hey, Darnell, you see that pylon? Run over there. I'm going to throw that thing up to you. Just run right there. And then in between the 20s is where he can develop. So there's going to be some patience with him, but upside is, man,
it's great.
It's fun. It's fun to think about.
Toxic Tom in the chat. What did he say? I just missed him. Why didn't he have more production? That's a fantastic question. And a lot of these, because Musgrave. But because I think Georgia just simply had a lot of dudes. Georgia had receivers. Georgia had 2 running backs.
Technically, he ain't even their best tight end.
and their other tight end is going to be a top 10 pick next year. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of reasons, but even to that point though, Toxic Tom, I still thought that was opportunity. I'd be watching film, man. I'd be like, hey man, just throw it to him one more time per game, man. One more time per game. Get his numbers up. Just what I mean, boost my guy up a little bit, but whatever. Tucker Kraft.
Throwback guy right there, baby.
What's that?
He a throwback guy.
Yeah. Why? So tell us why.
He just gives me that throwback inline wide side end.
He thick too, huh?
That's a big boy. I don't know if it's his pads or whatnot, but he looked like a linebacker.
But look, he weighed 250, just like Luke Musgrave weighed, just like these other. And I'm like, he don't weigh the same thing that these other dudes weigh.
What's that game your mom would play? Somebody lying about Kraft and Mayer. Them boys is not nobody's 248.
Nah. Tucker Kraft a thick boy, dog. And look, when you watch him, he play, he block, he run like he thick. Pause. I don't know what else to tell y'all, but I wrote this down in a couple different instances. Will Steele, I was like, if you don't get Michael Mayer, go get Tucker Kraft later. You know what I'm saying? He's a blocker. He's a blocker. You thick. Just pause. Just like Michael Mayer. And I love Tucker Kraft with the ball in his hand, right? He's not going to be the nuanced receiver that these other guys are. But if you just watch a gang of Tucker Kraft, he's getting the ball and he's running people over. I was saying earlier that, most of these guys are yak guys, but they're not most. Yeah, sure. Most guys are yak guys, but they're yak guys in different ways. Tucker Kraft is run you over yak guy. Now, Voch, will you be upset if we draft Michael Mayer at 26? This is Cowboy talk. Michael Mayer 26 overall. I love Michael Mayer. But Michael Mayer at 26 versus Tucker Kraft at, I don't even know where Tucker Kraft I don't know where he's even going to go. Like what, 3rd round, maybe? 4th round, something like that?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 3, 4.
Value-wise, I'll take Tucker Kraft in the 3rd or 4th versus Michael Mayer at 26. You know what I mean? That value, the value on that makes sense to me. And they're similar type players. I think Tucker probably because Michael Mayer like to run people over too. Yeah. So they're similar type guys. It's just that Michael Mayer has a little more nuance in the route running, a little more nuance in the receiving game or whatever, the pre-ball in my hand receiving game. I even think you can run more blocks with Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer can pull off more blocks than Tucker Kraft, but Tucker Kraft physically is a good blocker. Physically is a solid receiver. Michael Mayer's hands are much better too. I ain't saying Tucker Kraft's hands are bad, but just Michael Mayer just don't drop the football. But just seeing thick Tucker Kraft pause, just.
He's like Juggernaut when he gets the ball.
He just get the ball, he do this, and he just run over people.
Dip his head down and just
Mike Allstott looking, you know what I mean? And they both run similar 40s. Tucker Kraft with the 4.69, Michael Mayer with the 4.70. So, you know what I mean? Just Tucker ended up being one of my favorite. He ended up being one of my favorite later round guys, or not later round guys, but not top of the round guys. So I like Tucker Kraft. tight end. Sam LaPorta. It was interesting watching him. I think because of how Iowa used him, you know. I think he's another receiving tight end,
Yes.
but I think Iowa wanted to use him as an inline guy, and they wanted him to be more of a balanced guy. I think they just should have let him fly as a receiving tight end.
Let him be Noah Fant when he was there.
Yeah, let that dude line up wide and go let him catch passes. Put him in the slot, let him do his thing. But Sam LaPorta, he ran a 4.59, impressive. He's another yak guy. Will Steele, another yak guy. I think he's another route runner. He's another really good route runner. I don't think he's the, and I could be, mistaken here, but I don't think he's the type of receiver that Musgrave and Kincaid are, just from a receiving standpoint. But as a receiving tight end, I think Sam really excels there. I just think Iowa should have just tried to use him in more receiving situations, like put him in more situations that he will excel at. But I think they tried to make him a balanced guy. And he's a solid blocker. He's not a bad block. He blocked better than Kincaid. Will Steele. I think all these guys do, but I just had to say, blocks better than Kincaid. I think he's a better blocker than Musgrave. Definitely not a better blocker than Mayer or Darnell or Kraft or whatnot. But Sam LaPorta was a guy that, hey, if you don't get Kincaid, if you don't get Musgrave, Sam LaPorta like a second, third round guy. Will Steele. The more I started watching these guys, man, the more tight end at 26.
I was just about to say, if we're going to run this back to Dallas, it makes no sense to take a tight end at 26. None. Bro. Golly. But now LaPorta, man, he impresses me with his after the catch ability and his route running. I think he got some loose hips, man.
Thing about LaPorta too, and his yak ability is he got some run you over yak ability, but he also got some slip and make you miss.
Oh yeah,
yak ability.
He's shifty.
You know what I'm saying?
He's shifty.
100%. So, hey man, like dog, like the more that we talk about it, Will Steele, the more I listen, man. And it's also like running back. Also, it's also like Bijan Robinson. It's also like Jahmyr Gibbs, right? The value wouldn't make sense. And if we're gonna be upset, we should be upset at the value,
not the player.
Not the player.
Yes.
Michael Mayer is a great player.
Yes.
Kincaid, Musgrave are great. If we get those dudes at 26, we have great players on this team.
I'm glad you said that, because I keep finding myself having to say that to myself. Like, look, y'all, I'm not saying I don't like Kincaid I think these are good players, man. Mm-hmm. I just don't think it makes sense, right? Right here, right? Like maybe somewhere else, but right here. But if you get them, like you said, you are getting, I think, a good player.
Because the disparity, right? It's like your guard at 26 versus your guard in the third round, or Mozzie at 26 versus your D tackle in the third round. Your wide receiver at 26 versus your wide receiver in the third round. You can go, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, though. Kincaid at round 1 and miscellaneous guard in the third round. Nah, man, you not losing much with Tucker Kraft in the 4th or LaPorta in the 3rd or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not losing much.
Especially for what Dallas want to do. Dallas is not trying to use their tight end to be Darren Waller or Kyle Pitts. We just talked about Stephen Jones' interview before we came on the show. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it more tomorrow, but listen to what he said, bro. He is not looking for Kyle Pitts in this draft. Yeah. And historically speaking, Voch, we've seen Dalton Schultz, Sean McEwen, Jake Ferguson, Jason Witten, bring back a Jason Witten. Like they're looking for guys that could attach in line and do those type of things. So Mayer's the best one of the balance, right? The highest floor of the combo. But how much are you, like, I love what you said, how much you really losing after that? Especially
like Dak being your quarterback, he's gonna elevate whoever that dude is anyway. Right? Especially like Ferguson's really gonna be there to take pressure off that guy anyway.
We didn't even mention, purposely didn't mention him.
Brandon Cooks taking top off the defense now. You can really draft a. I ain't gonna say nothing else, man. Because they're gonna say, "Oh, Cowboys draft Michael Mayer. Oh, Voch hates this." Technically, Michael Mayer will be great here, but he will be great here. Tucker Kraft will be great here. Darnell LaPorta will be great here. Schumacher will be great here.
Also, the tight end is so dependent, I think, on volume, the production wise.
Right.
There's a lot of people that are scared to roll with Ferguson Hendershot because they ain't showed enough. I mean, technically, Ferguson played over 400 snaps.
Right.
I think you're looking at 19 receptions. No, look at the 400 snaps. That's enough for me to see that I got something here.
Hey, PFF, right? Their 215th player, Cameron Latu from Alabama, who is a Cowboy 30 visit, by the way. That motherfucker will be good in this goddamn offense. Whatever, though. Shouts out to Boss Cowboy, man. He's in the chat right now. Y'all go check him out. Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube. I think he still right Facebook too. Check him out. Just Google Boss Cowboy, Dallas Cowboys. Check it out. Final word, him, Law, OC. They've been doing some work with J Tuck and DMV Cowboy John G.
Yep.
Shouts out to all those guys, man. Check them out. Who we left off on? Turk Kraft?
No, LaPorta.
We left off on LaPorta. Damn, I like LaPorta, man. Just draft that dude later and just move on with your life.
I think he is and listen, I like Hendershot, but I think he's
big game, James. My bad. Go ahead.
He's an upgrade to Hendershot.
He's an
Like
upgrade.
LaPorta and Ferguson would be freaky, and then Hendershot kind of that move guy.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in the backfield, do something like that'd be a fun little group right there.
Fun little group, man. Cool. We've been killing a little bit of time. Sound good. Schumacher from Michigan. I ain't got much to say about Schumacher, man. Schumacher gonna go out there and block. Schumacher gonna go out there and catch his little rollout play action dump off routes and get tackled. You know what I mean?
Typical Cowboys tight end that you take in the 4th, 5th round.
In the 5th round, Schumacher, man. Come on now.
Hey, he's a much better. He's better than McEwen, though, I think. Mm-hmm. And they went to the same school, but I could definitely see Schumacher being a pick day 3.
Yeah. Sean McEwen was undrafted, Will Steele. Do you think this will happen to guys in this range, kind of, sort of?
Schumacher? No, I think he gets drafted.
Drafted with somebody?
Yeah.
I agree. I like the player.
Yeah, I like his tape.
Especially if you prioritize physical blocking, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of jazz. But all that jazz, listen to me. But yeah, man, but receiving wise, hey, he gonna run to a spot, he gonna catch football, dog. You know what I mean? He gonna run to a spot, catch football. He ain't give you much over there. But I do think blocking wise. So if you like to run 12 and one dude is running, deep routes, then Schumacher's gonna be the more shallow guy. He's going to be running your hitches, your shot, you know what I mean? To where if you're run blocking, then Schumacher might be your point guy. Like, if you run it right, then he's going to be the right tight end leading off, whether it be blocking in or passing in along and climbing to the primary outside guy. So yeah, Schumacher, that's easy peasy. You ain't got to even say much to him. Just there you go. But hey, if you don't get Darnell Washington, go get Schumacher, man. Go get Schumacher. Schumacher doesn't have the athletic upside that Darnell has, and Schumacher doesn't have the possibility that he could play left tackle. And Schumacher, can't climb the ladder and be a jump ball guy in the back of the end zone like Darnell Washington can. But as a blocker, if you don't get Darnell Washington, just go get Luke Schumacher from Michigan. We ain't gonna talk about Davis Allen very long.
Yeah, I'm curious. I've not heard nobody bring him up but you, so I'm definitely interested here.
Davis Allen, first name is the last name, and his last name is the first name.
Allen Davis.
Allen Davis. But yeah, he's another guy that I didn't see him a bunch as a receiving option, right? But every time they threw it to him, it just seemed like the pass was overthrown. Like it was just way too high. But everything that they threw at him, he caught it, Will Steele. Whether it was way up here, he caught it. Way down here, he caught it. He has the most high point 50-50 ball catches out of everybody I've seen on this list, and he catches all of them. So that leads me to believe that he's probably just going to be a red zone guy. He's probably just going to be a really solid red zone guy. I wouldn't make him like a vertical dude, like a downfield deep threat kind of guy. That's not his game. He's not a fast guy. But just a box out jump ball dude. That's his job. That's where he goes crazy. Solid blocker, red zone guy. Good hands, high point. That's what I have written down for Davis Allen. 6th round, whatever. 7th round. Do your thing. If you want to double up on tight end, which you shouldn't, but there you go. There you go. I ain't really got a whole bunch to say about Davis Allen as if he's a guy that we've been talking about earlier. I mean, I'm not finna fight for Davis Allen, but if you got a quarterback that's not accurate, that's throwing balls way too high, like the quarterback at Clemson did, DJ, then yeah, Davis Allen can catch those. All right.
Yeah.
But the last guy, Zach Koontz. Zach Koontz from
Old
Dominion.
By way of Camp Hill / Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, by the way.
Shouts out to Will Steele's family over in what's the name?
Shout out to my family.
Shouts out to this family. So
he from the other side. Micah on one side got connected.
Really side.
The conference has been locked.
The thing about Koontz though,
yeah.
Remember I said earlier, Will Steele was talking about Musgrave, right? He's a receiver that he's a receiver by way of doing all receiver things. Koontz is a super athlete. And he could be another guy that we look at him as a receiver option because he can't block. Because he ain't blocking nobody.
Yeah.
But the athlete that he is, as a runner, catcher, and jumper.
That's the one for me, jumper.
I think he's a 6'7", 255. Runner, catcher, jumper. I think a lot of teams are going to find that attractive. Right? Super jump ball guy, athlete. Also got some yak if he's going in a straight ass line. He's a yak guy. But he doesn't turn very well, in which I thought was interesting, right? He, he's not the bendy Gumby guy that you would talk about with Musgrave. And his route running is a little trashy looking and it's stiff, and he doesn't he doesn't cut. He just kind of turn a little bit, right? But I think it's because he's 6'7". I think it's because like his legs just so long. You know what I mean? And sometimes when these dudes that have these long bodies, they don't turn as well because they body so long and they got to take a couple steps, prior to them turning. So that's what makes Zach Koontz interesting, because can you fix that? Can you teach him how to turn? And I don't think you can. Like, can you teach him to bend his knees and sink down in his hips? Because he runs kind of tall. Like, he runs straight up and down a little bit also. So is he just another red zone guy that you just get him to jump over people?
I was just about to say he's a red zone. He's a red zone guy to me. His testing would shock the hell out of me, because months ago when they did the combine and I saw the RAS score come back, and I'm like, Koontz was number 1 with the 10.
Right.
Yeah. 10. So I said, well, go check this guy out, because I remember Danny had hit me up and was like, yo, check this guy out a while ago, and I'm like, I can't be watching the same person. Right. Because the athletic testing does not match the tape. Yeah. He kind of runs in slow motion. I don't think he has fluid hips. This is a catch it, or this is a run, turn around, catch it, and pretty much fall down type of guy, or jump ball in the red zone type of guy. This is not a dude I'm trying to actually feature. I don't know if it's because he's too long. I don't know, but I don't see the best score of all time in testing wise from a tight end. So he must have trained his ass off for that testing, because that tape don't match that testing to me.
Plus, though, Will Steele, 40 is just for him. Like, you're running a straight line for a short period of time. That's that's fine, right? But they don't ask him to turn. Like, did they run a cone drill?
I'm about to say,
that?
I think he did good in agility and all that, but I'm like, where the hell is that on tape? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. He looks clumsy on film.
Bam.
Yeah.
He looked like a giraffe.
He looked clumsy.
But as soon as they throw it up, though, that's where you see him shine.
Yeah. Jumping over people. Yeah. And still, I had questions too, because you jumping over kids from ITT Tech. You know what I'm saying? So I got questions, but I do think that size and height and leaping ability, I mean, because we see with the combine performance, I think that can translate to next level anyway. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he's outrunning these ITT Tech kids for real. Like he's jumping over them.
And to be fair, because a lot of people talk about tight ends, being deep threats or open and stretch the field. That's the word, right? They use stretch the field. Bro, there was only one tight end that had more than 5 receptions of 20 yards, like down the field. One, Darren Waller, and he had 7. Other than that, it was 3 guys that had 5. There was only 5 tight ends that had more than 10 targets in the league, 20 yards downfield, and 15 led the league. 15. So a lot of the tight ends we're talking about that might not have that super duper speed, it is important for them to know where to be 15 yards and in. It's important to them to know how to read that zone. It's important for them to know how to read that linebacker and be able to be a quarterback's best friend in front of them as opposed to down the field. So don't get so damn enamored with 4 tight ends because they're not going to ask these guys to run down the field all damn game.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. Fair enough, Will Steele. Great points. Hey, and those are my tight ends that I'm watching for the year. Voch, you gonna watch Payne Durham? Nope. You gonna watch Kid from Alabama? Nope. Matt Owen mentioned somebody. Hold on. Who he say? Brenton Strange.
Penn
Sorry.
State cap.
Yeah. That's all the tight ends I'm watching this year. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Beast Mode says, come on, I went to ITT Tech. Was you on the football team?
Did you get your money back? They shut that shit down.
Yeah, that shit gone.
Scam.
That shit gone. Bye, boy. Oh, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's get into some phones. We're going to wrap this show up. Let's go to MJ. I'm sure MJ has watched Brenton Strange. So it's cool. What's up, MJ?
What up, look?
Huh?
What up, guys?
What's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
What are you talking about?
Oh, man, I'm just checking out the tight ends. Did you like that Old Dominion tight end? 6'8"?
What his
Damn,
name is?
There's no way you.
What his name is?
Man, is it Koontz?
Yeah. That's his name. Why you call him 6'8"?
Okay.
You call that man
I
6'8"?
just remember.
Yeah.
Because he's tall, 6'8".
Fair enough.
But if they draft Myers, I won't be mad.
Yeah.
Because, I'm thinking like you, Voch.
Yeah.
I want some blocking.
Yeah, right.
I want to knock somebody's mouth out.
Right.
And then in the second round, get that guard or D tackle.
Yeah. I feel
But,
you.
Yeah. When the Jets make that, Law made a good point. If the Jets have to sign a quarterback, they might want to trade a D tackle. Would you trade our first for their D tackle?
Quentin Williams?
Huh?
Quentin Williams?
The
Man.
defensive yeah.
Yeah, man. First round pick for Quentin. Will Steele first round pick for Quentin Williams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or second.
I was gonna say, we're gonna pay him. It ain't no rental.
Yeah.
Boy, that's what?
Assuming that the Jones and them pay him, hell yeah, you pay your first for.
But that's
for
not
Quentin
happening
Williams.
though. So don't even put that in my head.
Ain't gonna happen. Hankins can go. Hankins can go.
They don't put it in your head.
No, don't put that in my head. Don't put that in my head.
Yeah. But what's your thing about the Penn State kid though? 86.
Oh, he's good. He's nice.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like you. All the tight ends will be good. I just don't want that. If he healed, that tight end with the bad back.
Kincaid, yeah.
I'd rather get a tight end that can play right away.
Right.
Like if you do draft Myers, he'll get even if he gets 600 yards, but he's blocking you. Him and the tight end we already got from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That'll be a beast.
Right.
Blocking.
Ferguson.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that helps them tackles.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure, because like you said, Voch, that they don't know what we got coming. If you got some blocking tight ends, they don't know if we passing or running.
Right.
I'd rather have them don't know what we doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just excited to see how the receivers come through this year without them stupid option routes.
Yeah.
So some guy keep talking about drop the TCU guy at wide receiver in the first round.
Quentin
I don't
Johnson.
want him.
Yeah. Quentin Johnson.
No.
Okay.
That's a waste of draft pick.
Who you want?
Tight either the lineman
that man a
or
wasted.
first choice,
Right.
or the D-end,
Yeah.
first choice.
Yeah.
Or I could go either halfback or halfback or linebacker. You get him in third. You can get him in the third or fourth. But either one, no, I don't want no receiver. You get anybody except the receiver. I don't want no receiver.
Man just
because how we know they can
devalue
up and run.
All right. I got
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you, MJ. Appreciate
So
you. Good.
anybody-
Go ahead.
Anybody else except that.
I got you, MJ. Appreciate
Your
you, man.
show,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I try to come on your show tomorrow, Steele.
Okay.
You the early man. You like my grandmother. Get up early.
All right. All right, MJ. Appreciate you, man. Damn. MJ likes Michael Myers.
Why couldn't I be his grandpa? Like, why I gotta be?
Why grandmother?
Why grandma?
Dog.
Why not uncle or something?
Dog. Matt was in the chat, right? He said, ask MJ about Penn State number 86. He ain't say Brennan Strange. He said Penn State number 86, and he knew that MJ knew exactly who he was talking about, and MJ knew exactly who he was talking about. MJ know all these people, but he don't know their names. He know schools and numbers.
Yep.
But he know all of them though. You know what I'm saying? So people hear him and they think MJ don't know what he's talking about, but MJ know more than me. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right, let's get Los on the phone. What's up, Los?
Yo, good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky. I'm gonna try to be quick with my what I got on my mind.
Sure.
So I would hate to draft a tight end like y'all said, right? There's no need for it. Because I really think like Sky, and I think y'all know that Ferguson and Hendershot can hold their own, especially in the NFL level.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were managed to get a tight end in the first round, I would hate to put this idea in the head. Are they looking to even trade one of those for an asset to that can be a win now mode? And that's just my opinion. I don't know what if they do pick a tight end.
So trading Ferguson.
Oh, trading Ferguson or trading Henderson for
Oh no, we ain't getting
a piece that they think that can be a win now mode, which will be like a dumb decision, but that's my thinking if they pick a tight end number one. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you, Los. I mean, I don't see it personally. Unless you mean like we're gonna trade Ferguson for like somebody's one tech or somebody's running back or somebody's receiver. But I mean, I would just rather hang on to Ferguson and whoever you draft at 26.
I mean, you still got to field more than one tight end. I mean, you can't trade. I mean, if you trade, we drafting another one. Now you're relying on two rookies. I mean, you got to keep Ferguson and Hendershot. At least they have a year in the league.
Yeah. Appreciate it, though, Los.
No problem.
Yes, sir. And then honestly, like Ferguson and Hendershot are more valuable to you than they are to somebody else. Like you wouldn't get nothing crazy back.
You're not. Yeah, he said somebody get you over the hump or something. Like, who are you getting?
Aaron Donald,
a win now type of
Jake Ferguson. Quentin Williams with Jake Ferguson. Come on now.
So now Jake Ferguson and Hendershot is our new Neville Gallimore.
Just
get a new throw in.
If you can get anything that good back, just keep Jake Ferguson, bro. Just keep him.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Fair enough. Jarrell, what's up?
Hey, what's good, Voch? How y'all doing, man?
Everything cool, player. What you got for the show?
Oh, I'm cool, man. Just listening to y'all, man. Getting a little info on the tight ends and whatnot.
Appreciate you.
I'm not feeling the tight end at 26 at all.
Yeah.
I'd rather go O-line, anything but a tight end. I figure we can go tight end later. I like the young guys we got.
Mm-hmm.
The way they say they act like they want to run the ball. I say go on and beef up that O-line, and we be ready for everything if we get that O-line right.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I appreciate you, Red. Good call, man. Salute.
You know what? I got one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
We need some receivers with some speed, man. Like I know we got Cooks, but he a little long in the tooth. I'd rather get us a young guy out there,
30.
that can burn, man. I mean, let's hit him deep, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. Cooks just turned. Well, he turned 30 by the time the season started, I think. So like this
30 by like week 2.
Yeah. So like this. So he may have 2 more years of like speed left in him. You know what I mean? So I don't think we're gonna be missing out on him being fast, but Simi can run.
Man, I mean, CD Lamb gonna be around for longer than 2 years. Give me somebody that's gonna be with CD Lamb that we can prepare with CD Lamb for a while.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and make something happen, man. Because you know how Jerry be doing it, man. Jerry be bullshitting.
Yeah. I do know. Hey, Jalen Hyatt is a 30 visit though, so maybe he's a guy that you look for in day 2 and see if you can bring him in, and he could be a.
It's possible, but I don't know about him. Is he fast enough? Ain't dude only run like what 4.5 or something like that?
Jalen Hyatt is fast enough.
Did he just say?
Don't let the 40 times fool you, man. Jalen Hyatt fast enough.
He ran a 4.39, 4.4. So
4.3s, man. I want speed.
Jalen Hyatt didn't run a 4.5, bro. He ran a 4.4.
Jalen Hyatt ran a 4.4, and he probably run faster than that in real life. Don't worry about it.
What CD Lamb run?
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, see, man, that's 4.5, 4.4. To me, that's slow.
What?
Yeah, man. 4.2, 4.3. That's speed, man.
Oh, all right, you got this.
No, what?
4.4 is slow. You ever see a 4.4? Like, you ever like really see it?
I can't hear y'all, man.
Have you ever seen somebody?
Because we silent. Because we speechless. We dumbfounded. We bamboozled. We are bewildered. We lethargic. We don't know what to say.
Okay. Y'all want Brandon? Y'all thinking Brandon Cooks? He's the save all.
No, we like speed too. I'm just dumbfounded that 4.4 is slow.
That's the fastest receiver we got.
Okay, but don't wait. I'm still stuck on the 4.4 is slow. I'm sorry. That's all.
Yeah, man. 4.4 being slow is
man, we got speed out here, bro. California, Florida, Texas. You know, we like them fast, man.
Well, my argument to that is most wide receivers that run 4.3s don't end up being good in the league.
So let's go find one, man. That's where them scouts come in.
They don't. But listen, they don't be good in the league. So you want a fast, not good receiver.
All the receivers that
no, sir. You want a fast, not good receiver.
No, I want a fast receiver with hands. I want somebody.
Where them at?
Out there.
Where them at?
Say that again.
Hold on, time out. One, where them at, and two, where you got to draft to get them. What am I?
Oh shit, that ain't my forte, man. I just call on here.
And I see. I feel you, dog. But them dudes don't exist, man. 4.4 is plenty fast. It's plenty fast.
No, I got you. I'm just fucking around, but I would like some speed though, man. But if I don't know about him at 26, Jalen Hyatt.
It ain't got to be 26.
I don't know him at 26.
It ain't got to be 26.
Maybe,
yeah.
You know, maybe Jackson. I even take old boy from that C at 26.
Jackson who? Jackson who?
I don't know about old boy. Y'all talking about.
Jackson who?
You said who?
Jackson who?
I said Addison from SC.
Oh, Addison. He ran a 4.5. That's fast.
I watched him, man. He that speed on the field. So I'm here for it, man.
So me and Will. So
how high y'all was on TJ Vasher last year.
It's false.
So listen. What me and Will still telling you
come from?
What me and Will still telling you is that Jalen Hyatt is one of the fastest on the field people in this draft, regardless of his 40. You just said that 4.4 ain't fast. But you mean to tell me because you seen Addison, just because you seen him, that his 4.5 don't count?
It count, bro. It count. Just go
look, look, we agree. We would love speed. I'd take some speed.
And that tight end at 26, we can knock that off.
Yo,
don't even need that.
Yo, listen, Jarrell, we don't disagree though. We would love to have a fast wide receiver.
I know we don't disagree.
We would love to have a fast receiver, but 4.4 is fast. You know what I mean? Like 4.4 is definitely fast.
Where's your 44.4 drop at?
Man, I was slow. Bro.
I ain't got the moment.
So maybe that is fast, man.
Wait. I don't have that one still, but I do have this. Hold on. I do have.
There we go.
I do have that.
You know you got a West Coast me.
You
know you got to keep it West with me.
I ain't got nothing.
Last time I came on, I gave y'all pop, and I heard everybody use that shit after I used it. But it's all love.
What you use?
Excuse me?
What you use?
Oh, last time I came on here, when I was talking that Tupac shit, you remember that? And I was like, yeah, my number 4 gonna make all y'all DBs slow, make look slow. and all that shit.
I think he spit a verse or something
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? So y'all trying to biggie me? Y'all got to at least give me Snoop or Q. Then he comes from out west.
E40 or something, yeah.
Man, we don't remember that.
There you go.
Man,
40 pounds of rally. There you go.
We don't remember that. All right, Jarrell. Hey, yo, listen, famo. This was a fantastic call, though, for real, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, I'll be tuned in tomorrow.
I got you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call, bro. That was a good call, though, Will. That was a good call.
That's a good one.
What that?
The job, yeah.
Yeah. I had that ready for when Dak does something good. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just right there. But we would like some more speed on this team, though. I mean, we don't disagree there. You know, we don't disagree. But goddamn, boy, Jalen Hyatt in the second round. That's fine. That sounds fine. My whole thing about Jalen Hyatt is that he wasn't a 26 guy for me. That's my whole thing about Jalen Hyatt. But Jalen Hyatt at 58, man.
My goodness, talk about opening. Jalen Hyatt at 58, if you get him, even more of a reason why I don't need a tight end in round one, because whoever the hell is underneath all of that, Cooks and Hyatt and Lamb, got tons of room to operate. Tons. And you don't need to run a 4-4 at tight end to eat up the seams in the middle and all that stuff. So, yeah, man.
All right, let's go 405. What's up? Who this?
Hey, that's Freddie Bids, man. What's going on?
What's good with you, Freddie? What you got for the show?
Man, I've been trying to reach y'all, several other times. I ain't been able to get through. This time I pick up my daughter. I'm just pulling in the garage. But, man, I really just wanted to talk offensive line. I know everybody, is popular with this tight end talk, and that would be a luxury to me. Man, we really need some beef up front, man. I checked out your boy, Antonio. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but
Mafi, yep.
Out of UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need an offensive lineman that's coming in here. He ain't never even looked at a suit, digging in his nose, scratching his butt.
Hell yeah.
Ain't took no bath.
Ain't stinking.
On the field,
ain't
gonna punch somebody in the mouth.
Ain't bathing weeks.
Violent. Look, man, that big boy funk, like when they don't, that's a funk right there.
Don't eat vegetables. Just come on now. Talk to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't looked at a carrot in his life.
I know that.
And just
I play with
it
it.
every Sunday, digging in his nose,
and
wiping it on the defensive tackle.
Don't wash his face or nothing. Just come on now. I mean,
he got to dress in a separate area doing all of that.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yes, sir. Now, Mafi's one of my favorite players, and it's so interesting that everybody that watch Mafi, they love his film, but he just gets relegated to the fourth round. They just put him in the fourth round. Oh, he can go in the fourth. Dog, like nobody that's ever seen Antonio Mafi's film has ever had nothing bad to say about his film. I don't know. So teams that eventually take him, if they do take him in day 3, I mean, that's cool. You just get your value. I think he can play, but man, that dude got some day 2 film to me. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know why. I mean, he just not the athlete that you want ideally. Like he can't reach the same dudes that Avila can reach, but shit, man, Mafi knocking people off the ball, man. But shit, go ahead though, Freddie. My bad.
But I like to take a tight end just because there's so many good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And next year you might not have this luxury again. And these guys, we all know contracts come up. I don't know how long McEwen is signed for, but even if you can upgrade that, you do it. Yeah. And they love to use a tight end. Dallas going back and try to do the same thing with Schultz. It didn't really pan out that well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the idea, and I get it. But I don't want one at 26. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know exactly what to get at 26. And now we're at a point in Dallas finally after plenty of years that, dang, what do we get?
Yeah.
And who's going to be there?
That's the question.
I appreciate you letting me on. Let me get my baby out the car, but I'll still be listening, man. Y'all take care.
Man, shouts out to you, Freddie, man. Appreciate you. I just put you down platinum. Next time you call in with no issue, man. Good call. Yeah, man. Antonio Mafi. Sign me up for him.
Hell yeah.
Sign me up for him. Put him at left guard and we can go party. You hear me?
City boy.
You hear me? All right. Let's get us some supers, man. Supers. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. Well, let's see what the numbers look like, man. We holding down by 600 Will Steele on on a miscellaneous Tuesday, man.
Miscellaneous. I love how my man said he wanted to do that stank and don't take no bath.
Don't bathe at all. Just don't eat. Come on, man.
If you're a Little Giants fan, he wanted Zotec. I don't know if y'all remember Zotec from Little Giants, the fat one. You rang. That's what we went out there farting on them and shit so they could get out the way.
Oh man.
Why this hole so goddamn huge over here? Well, that's because Mafi stank. That's what.
Got that one hole in the shirt. Won't buy no new shirts. Come on, man. On the volume side, today's the 18th. Appreciate y'all. L Twyman 7 says he dropped a deuce and says, volume, hit the like button, folks. 39 to 130 Cowboy fans. 39 likes to 130 live over on the volume side, probably so. Yeah, probably. Yeah, for sure. I think they mostly Cowboy fans, L Twyman, but shit, if there's any volume fans over here that may be brand new to us, hey, shouts out to y'all, man. Let yourself be known. Shouts out to you, I think he's on the Voch Lombardi stream. This is the volume stream. Same show, just a multiple spot. Yeah. Okay, cool. There we go. Appreciate you, L Twyman, or is that I Twyman? Twyman. And on the Voch side, 18th, Kenny Lott says, no, we read that yesterday. Chris 214 dropped a deuce and says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a blocker is Jake Ferguson? Well, Jake was a blocking guy.
I think he was good last year.
He was a pretty good blocker, man. Out of 10, I mean, what, 7, 6?
I'm about to say, I give him 7 for last year.
Yeah, 6, 7.
I quite literally wanted to go watch the games where he started just to watch him block. Like, I didn't care about his pass. I just wanted to watch him block, and I was so impressed. I was actually impressed in camp, in preseason. I'm sorry. You saw that toughness from. I think he can do the blocking stuff.
I mean, there were many times where we saw Jake Ferguson just blocking DNs. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, it ain't happen all the time cleanly, but it happened a lot. So yeah, Jake's a good blocker, man. Fantastic blocker. Appreciate you, Chris. L Twyman on the Voch side dropped a deuce. It says, hit the like button. 92 likes to 512 people watching. Cowboy fans? Hey, man, shouts out to L Twyman, man, on both channels, bro. Come on, man. Chris 214 came back, dropped the deuce and says, Kupp and Devontae Adams aren't speedy. They get open, though. For sure. And Black Yoda dropped the deuce and says, pass blocking and injuries. O-line is a need. Oh, yeah, we all agree there. We all agree that left guard is the last, glaring need left over on this team. You know what I'm saying? So I know that. Appreciate you, brother. That's fantastic analysis, man. Fantastic analysis. You ain't lied yet. Marcus Hardison. He gonna drop an easy one on us today. He gonna say,
one name I didn't see you bring up that I always see fans bring up that made me kind of take a look. Mm-hmm. Curious on the Josh Wiley, the cat out of Cincy.
Yeah. Didn't watch it. Yeah, I mean, he was on the list, but I just didn't choose to go there.
Yeah, I think that's a guy that, and fans, salute to y'all, because a lot of y'all been screaming for us to take a look at the kid. He's a guy we should be talking about too.
Yeah. But we can't watch them all though. You know what I mean? Can't watch them all. We just gave you 9 tight ends. But if we were to draft them, hey man, we drafted Josh Wiley. I will definitely have a report after he gets drafted.
I like him as a receiving aspect more than Kincaid in first round. Yeah. So
Wiley?
Yes. I'd rather him later than Kincaid.
Oh, for sure. Sure. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I had it. Here we go. Hear ye. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and Michael Mayer. At the volume, some people hustle to be seen. Others hustle to disappear. Come on, Will Steele. Hey, Will Steele, come on, man. I know you get this one, Will. Still, you ain't.
You gotta finish it. I already read it.
Oh, hold on, wait. One thing I don't. No. That ain't the quote. Like it's quote, then context, and then like ending. Like the actual quote. Some people hustle to be seen. Others hustle to disappear. One thing I don't need is the spotlight because I already got light.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, Will Steele. We all understood that one. Let your light shine at all times. Let me tell you something, man. You ask kids nowadays, bro, would you rather be rich or famous? A lot of kids tell you famous now. Yeah. And that's goofy as hell because we never said that growing up as kids. You know, we always had a pulse on, you know, what we wanted to be. Like, man, we always said words like, I want to be comfortable, or I want to be rich enough to take care of my people, live great, and just be low key. Like, I remember even in like middle school, we were saying stuff like that. Like, I don't need to be like, look, man, I love working at the volume, boy. This made my life. But if I could do it on the low somehow, like I'll do it on the low somehow. It's just I just got to be Voch Lombardi to do it. You know what I'm saying? But shit, if I can make this money licking envelopes, like I'm gonna leave and go lick envelopes quietly. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta have all the attention. I would love to be ducked off quietly somewhere going on vacation with my family. But
I think that's why we vibe, you know, and and we peeped that in camp where it's like we didn't need to be. Look, we meet y'all. That was nice and cool, but I wasn't trying to be like, hey, it's Voch and Sky down there.
Y'all see me?
It's weird,
which is the opposite of what Law Nation wants to do. Law wants to go live and carry a selfie stick around and set up a booth that says Law Nation was here. That's the difference. but
set up a booth.
Law Nation was here, right? Law will like look, Oxnard, right? That big stage, them little tables over there. Law will post up at them tables while everybody walk in, and Law will be the last one to walk in just to make sure everybody see what's going on. Not saying Law loves the attention, but Law loves being Law. You know what I'm saying?
Help it. He cannot help it when you walk around with Law. Everybody knows Law.
Law is a star. Law is a star. You hear me? I felt like we went to a Red Robin, right? There's a Red Robin right over there in Oxnard. I feel like Law walked in with his selfie stick on the camera just so somebody can ask, oh, what you a YouTuber or something? yeah, you know, I got the YouTube Law Nation. You know what I mean? And look, hear what he say? I'm here with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, we here to cover the That's what he do. Yes, you know, we here.
But this is what's dope about him. He be like, but I'm here with my cohorts. Skywalker, Steele, Voch Lombardi. Like, oh,
my colleagues.
Man, God dang, I got no haircut, Lord. Wait up a minute.
Hey man, we're not ready to be a star like you. Oh man,
I'm still learning. Listen, don't you think I ain't pick up no tricks of the trade though? When we go to the star, whatnot with Law, I'll be picking them up, man.
And also too, if we doing something right, any other time we gotta wait till we finish doing something to go do something else. If Law say, hey, we got a barbecue to go to, we're stopping what we're doing, and we're going to the barbecue that Law said that we need to be at. If Law tells us we need to be somewhere
on time next time.
On time. That's on me. I take accountability. That's on me. Next time Law say we need to be somewhere, we going early. We gonna help set up.
He the big homie for real, man.
Law the big homie for real. I love him to pieces. That's my guy. That's the biggest star we got in this community, and he is many people's big homie. But he is my OG, you hear me? So I appreciate you, Law Nation. Everybody that's listening, right? Law probably going live after this. So y'all go tune in to Law whenever you do go live. But appreciate y'all for being here. Be sure to hit all the like buttons on the volume, all the sub buttons on the volume, all the Voch Lombardi pages. My social media, my Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, and I'm trying to get Instagram going, man. But you know, y'all got to give me incentive to get Instagram going. Like if I get enough followers on Instagram, I'll do something on Instagram. You know, post some dojo clips up there, some little non-football clips. That'll be what Instagram is if that's what ends up happening. All right.
Not me.
Law is live right now. Come on, man.
See?
Let me go see.
If you want to know how private I am, just go look at my Facebook and my Instagram.
Yeah. You would.
Shit on there.
I ain't live right now. Quit lying so much. My non-football platform, twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi, will be picking it up after draft season. Draft season is just so taxing right now. But what we're doing today on the Patreon, this is a guarantee. The Patreon today, we're gonna finish up these running backs. All right, we're gonna try to get through as many running backs as we can on the Patreon today. So that's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. That's where we watch our film in the whole. So if you want to see our full reaction to that, y'all run over there and catch me on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. And my point guard, Will Steele, Skywalker Steele, Steele, on Twitter. And A to Z Dallas in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30, A to Z Dallas on YouTube. Appreciate you, sir. For the rest of y'all hooligans, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski, Woski, and the Peasky Whiskey. Till next time, rank is coming soon. Mock draft version 1 only coming soon. Volume.
Beats Planet.
I used to love when you used to do the yes. From Law Nation.
Yes.
Voch Lombardi came to party. Skywalker Steele for real the deal. Will Steele from the hill. I used to be like, Law's a rapper.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Law.
Just be pulling him out his head like this motherfucker was a rapper.